Thank you so much for tuning in to Awakening with Katina Love. We are a conscious talk show to learn about self empowerment, the law of attraction, creating financial abundance, and natural health. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Awakening with Katina Love. We have a returning guest, Audrey Rumbers, also known as Audranite.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello again.
Wonderful to talk with you again.
Yeah. We did a segment earlier today.
Yes.
We talked about the power of organ and
hmm
Audranites. So, I mean, we really got a momentum going talking about quantum physics, science,
Yes.
all of that. And
Yeah.
let's talk some more. We had such a great time. There's so much to
Oh,
talk about. There's so much to learn. There's so much to
yes.
explore. And just talking with you
Yes.
on that call, I learned a lot of stuff about
Well,
energy. One of my favorite things to talk about. So, yes, what shall
yeah.
we explore now?
Well, I think it's important, first of all, to let people understand what quantum physics is, because, like I always say, when people hear the words, it's like it's very intimidating. And I'm like, no, 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 wait a minute, because science belongs to everyone. It doesn't just belong to the scientists, and the physicists and all. This is the study of us. So
Yes.
it's something that we should be able to understand on our level. And this is how I try to understand physics. This is how I try to get to understand quantum physics and what was the difference between regular physics and now this new kind of physics that they were doing. And the easiest way for me to put it, the simplest way for me to describe quantum physics, it is the study of the very, 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 very small thing.
Wow.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's like, you can study atoms, and that's at the atomic level. And then when you break down atoms into protons and electrons, neutrons, then that's called the subatomic level. And then when you break down those protons and neutrons and things into these things they call quarks and gluons, then that's getting into quantum physics, but then that's even subatomic physics. And it just
What?
goes small as how small. Yes, can we see? And here's the thing about quantum physics: when they get to looking at things at such a small level, on very very unbelievably small level, things get strange.
Mm.
That's what happens. The regular laws of physics breaks down at that level.
Okay, let's explore that.
Yeah,
You want to talk
yeah,
about it?
yeah. And this is what birthed this new type of physics, because they assumed that what they saw as mechanical physics, or the general physics of the way the world works, is like, okay, this is the way the world works, so the smaller you get, it should not change. It still should work the same. But what happened was they did this experiment, one of the most important experiments in quantum physics, and it's called the double slit experiment. And basically, in trying to make it in very simple terms, they sent particles through two slots and expected it to make a certain pattern, and
Mm-hmm.
it made a different pattern. So whereas they were expecting this experiment to show them either something that looks like a particle or something that looks like a wave. And I know it's kind of difficult to understand, but it's unbelievable, because what it basically told them is that these small particles were both particles and waves at the same time.
That's interesting. So now I'm thinking about, like, we were talking earlier about, there's so many things going on around us that we can't see with the human eye,
Yes.
but we can tap into through the spiritual eye on that other dimension. So
Yes.
let's explore that. Like,
You
what's going
know,
on around us?
this is it's so, because see what's happening here is when they're delving when what they're doing when they're delving deeply into this quantum physics is they are delving into the spiritual world.
Mhm.
Okay, that is what's happening. They are doing what we would call in metaphysics lifting the veil.
Okay.
You see, that's what
Right.
they're doing. But they're doing this with machines, and this is very serious. It's like we've been dropped in a sci-fi movie. But here's the thing:
And it is a movie.
it
That
feels
was fun
like it.
too.
It feels like it
It
because
is
these
a
things
movie. It is.
are happening. Yeah, aren't supposed to happen. This is like special effects, movie special effects that are going on here. But
Right.
here's the thing: how all of these things come full circle. Because okay, for instance, once I got interested in this, I started talking to my boss, who was in charge of all of the U.S. institutions involved at CERN in this project, which is called they built a large hadron collider. This this thing is so huge. It's like 6 miles in diameter around. It
What?
crosses two countries. It's deep underground. And they're
What?
doing some, yes, it's at CERN, and CERN is a strange place. There are so many strange things going on right now that most people don't even know is happening. The things that is happening at CERN, I'm talking about on a strange level. I'm just trying to give you a general overview.
Right.
Okay, because if I get caught up in like the double slit experiment and what that said and how they determined that the observer, whoever you are that are looking at something, you affect what you're looking at. It's weird. It's really weird. It's really weird. But the thing that attracted me to it is the fact that these things that they're studying is actually me. You
Right.
know, this is me they're studying me because that's what we're made of. And we're made of atoms. And
Yeah.
if you're studying the breakdown of atoms, then you're studying the breakdown of me. So that means that I am kind of like a quantum entity myself. And that just like blew my mind when I started
Right.
thinking of it like that, what they were actually telling me. Because when I went to my boss one day and I said, Tom, I said, if I understand correctly what you guys are trying to prove, if what you say is true, and if we understand it, then we will be able to do magic. If
Yes.
we understand it. And this quantum physicist told me yes.
Wow. So
So
how do we tap into that?
it's
How do we tap into it?
how to get, and see that's where we get into the organite because see, we think everything has to be so complicated. I said no, it's not, because they make it complicated. Because you know what I'm saying, that's just like how the medical field can be talking about your leg, but you wouldn't know it because of the terminology that they're using. You know what I'm saying? But they're just
Right.
talking about your leg. You know,
Just
so
leg.
if
Right.
you understand it on the level that, okay, my leg is broken and such, you can still understand it without using their medical terminology. And that's what I'm saying about quantum physics. We can understand how we play into the equation of this discovery that everything is not solid. You know, everything is
Right.
changeable. And if that's the case, then that means that we can change it. So how do we change it? It's about tapping into this energy that's all around us. And that's how I got into Orgonite and making Orgonite from the first time, because then I was studying energies. Because I'm seeing how they're manipulating energy, and I'm like, they're doing some unbelievable things. So
Wow. So that's
how
how you created the Audranite, huh?
Yes, based on what the quantum physics was telling me and what I was studying on my own, which goes back to the ancient Egyptians and the ancient Africans who were talking about these same type of concepts that I was working with. That's why I was like, this is crazy. What is going
It's like
on?
discovering yourself on different levels, on another level.
Unbelievable. And then
Right.
I know what these concepts, I'm reading these ancient, cosmology and spiritualities and what they thought about things and this and that and the other, and about, who we are as people coming back and all of these things. And the symbolism in the Egyptian temples and things, I started to see them differently than I used to. And I
Wow.
found a book. That's where the universe, when you open up to ideas,
Oh yeah.
the universe says, okay, you got it. Now let me show you confirmation that what you're thinking is right. That's the way it happens for me.
Yeah.
And as I was thinking this, somehow I came across, I think I put in African cosmology and quantum physics or something, I don't know. But a book came up. And the name of the book was The Ankh,
Ooh,
the,
I've heard of that.
the African
Tell me about
origin.
it. You read it?
Oh my goodness. It's called The Ankh, The African Origins of Electromagnetism.
What?
I was blown because that's on in quantum physics. That's what we create. Created electromagnetic calorimeters. It's all about the electromagnetic spectrum, and I couldn't believe. I said, "Oh my goodness, this man knows." And it was a thin book, but it was chock full of so much information. He talked about the ancient African quantum physics. I'm like, I knew it. Oh my goodness, it was just confirmation that this is nothing new, and I told this to my boss who graduated MIT at 26 years old. He's a very, very intelligent man, but I told him these concepts, they sound similar. And at first he said, well, no, that can't be because quantum physics wasn't discovered until the 1930s. And I said, well, I don't know when it was discovered, but I'm telling you, I'm not crazy. These concepts are the same. And then he said, well, you know what they say, there's nothing new under the sun.
That's right.
And I'm like, there you go. Thank you, because I'm not crazy. I'm like, and when I found that book, it was just confirmation, because I'm like, this sounds like that, and that kind of sounds like this, and wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? When you break things down to the simpler forms of what they're saying.
Right. Absolutely. So let's jump over to crystals. Let's talk about crystals. Crystals, like what are the power of crystals? Because we talked about the orgone earlier.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever heard of the crystal skulls?
Yes.
Okay. The crystal in the story is they are spread all over the world, and they have this power. Mm-hmm. And this energy, and people have experienced it, and all of these stories. If we think about it, all of our fairy stories of ancient times, if we go back and listen again, we'll realize that they're always talking about crystals. Always talk. Every time, I guarantee you, when you go back into those fantasy movies,
right,
always going to talk. And see, it goes over our heads because we're not really paying attention.
Right. So we're talking about Superman and the kryptonite. What's up with that?
Exactly.
What's up with that?
That's what I'm saying. That's what we were discussing. We were discussing the original movie Superman, and what was up with these crystals, because his dad put a crystal with him, and when he sent him to Earth. And when he became an adult, he went out and looked like the Antarctic somewhere, and threw this crystal, and it's like he created a crystal palace, a crystal place that was filled with knowledge. And every which one of those crystals that he put in there, it would tell him something different on a hologram.
Wow.
Hologram.
I'm going to go back and watch that movie.
You must
find it.
You must, absolutely. And it's all about crystals, and so that's when I started wondering about crystals. I met a lady who worked with me who was telling me about crystals on a basic fundamental level, but I still felt like there was something bigger to them, because I realized that most of our electronics have quartz crystals in them. And
right, that's what I'm learning.
If you notice on your electronics, they'll have things like quartz. You don't think about it. It's just a word, quartz, but it's actually telling you what is in the electronics, the technology that they're using. It's crystals. And crystals store energy, especially quartz crystals, and they're the most powerful crystals there are out here, but we don't know this. Because they emit and they transmit energy. So they use these crystals, you see, but they don't tell us that they're using these crystals, those type of crystals. You know what I'm saying? So everything has an energy, and it's like people think like I'm giving my opinion now about crystals interact, because I feel like people think that you're supposed to use crystals, but I don't see it as us using crystals, because everything has a consciousness. And even the crystals,
Right.
obviously, they have a consciousness that they have a certain type of energy that they radiate. So it's more like a cooperation. You know what I'm saying?
Co-creation.
It's like the two energies create a new energy. The crystals
Mm.
energy
Yes.
creates this new energy that is, they say the what is it? The whole is larger than the sum of its parts. You
Wow.
see, so when you and the crystal come together on that energy, you're like, yes, okay, we're in agreement and we're going to do this. It creates a bigger energy that, envelops you. It's amazing. Like I kind of related to rubbing Aladdin's lamp.
Oh,
Aladdin's lamp can sit on the counter and just sit there and it'll do nothing for 1,000 years until you actually touch it and interact with it. And that's what makes the genie appear.
that's what I'm saying. Like the genie. I mean, like all these metaphors, all of these stories that we're told,
Mm.
there is some truth.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
you activate things when you touch and interact with them. You
Yes,
create.
exactly. Something totally different from you and from that thing that you touch. You creating something. It's just like a relationship. Everything is based on patterns. When two people get into a relationship, they create a third entity that is
Mm.
totally different from those two because it's whatever those two interact. When they're interacting, they create this relationship. They
Yes.
can interact with someone else and create a totally different entity called a relationship. It's the same interaction we do with crystals. You interact with it,
Yeah.
but create this energy that's be very, very positive.
That is amazing. So we
Yeah.
know about the Superman movie with the crystals. You know any other movies that talk about
There,
crystals? I'm trying to
I'm telling you, there is so many, that it's like I said, any fantasy movie. I've seen so many. I think Maleficent was the latest one that they were talking about crystals in that movie. It's so many.
Wow, I wonder, I'm thinking about the Avatar. Was there a crystal in there? I'm trying to remember.
Avatar.
Avatar,
See,
Avatar.
but the Avatar was still talking about the same things that we're talking about. This connection that we're
Right.
all connected. And see, that's another thing that quantum physics says. There's only one.
Yeah, we're just having an experience. We're just like on this playground here.
Yeah, it's
We
like
came here to play and to learn and to experience and to
yes,
we're
yes.
just
It's
playing
like
with each other. That's all we're doing.
well, we're trying to. What they've shown us is that quantum physics is spiritual physics. But they
Right.
can't call it that because no, we're concrete thinkers, and we don't think in the spiritual world. But unfortunately for them, that's exactly what quantum physics is taking them to, a place where you can't even actually prove what you see. You can't
Oh,
prove it like you can normally prove other things because it's in another dimension, it's in another world. They have quantum computers now, D-Wave computers, that can actually reach into parallel universes. And even
what?
though parallel universes sounds like a science fiction term, in actuality, it's a science fact term now.
I
But
want to
most
play with that computer. They already
yeah,
made them?
you don't want to play with that computer because I'm going to tell you the quantum physicist who helped to develop it. He says it's a big black monolith that houses a chip the size of your fingernail, your thumbnail, and he says when he stands next to it, he feels like he's standing on the altar of an alien god. That's what he said.
What? Maybe that's his experience.
He says
Because that's where his consciousness is.
because he knows that what he's dealing with now is on a whole nother level
So
of
for
conscious.
somebody else on a different level of consciousness, spiritually, they may experience the angelic realm.
uh, because for every yin there is a yang, of course,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Isn't that something?
absolutely right. But we're delving into areas that most people can't even imagine what they're doing and what's happening right now, not 10 years from now, not a year from now. These things are happening now. Artificial intelligence is being groomed. It's like, you know what I feel like? I feel as if the 1900s, we were like the Flintstones.
Right.
And in the 2000s, we were like the Jetsons.
I know.
If
What's
you
next?
that was just if you saw the cartoon,
I'm ready for the next. I mean, they showed us the cartoons about flying in the sky and stuff. I know that's coming. I hope
oh,
it's in my lifetime.
I
That'll be
mean,
fun.
but the thing is that the Jetsons has come into reality in my lifetime, and I would never have thought that that would be possible when they showed me people talking, seeing each other as they were talking on the phone. That was like,
Right. Wasn't that
I
weren't they
would never,
doing that
I
back
would
then?
never. I mean, the things that they showed on that cartoon are now a reality and beyond. The
Right.
artificial intelligence, Rosie the robot, that was
Right.
artificial intelligence, and we got them now, but they're not as sweet as Rosie.
I know the iPhones, right? They talk to you like almost like a person almost.
The almost is gone. That's what I'm saying. People don't understand because see, this is what they do with technology, with new technologies. They dribble and drabble it out to us because they can't just give us what they all have. They just take a little bit at a time, so we get used to having these things in our lives, and that's what these Android phones are about. Listen to what it says. It's an Android. What is an Android?
An
But a
alien?
robot. You see, so your phone is a robot. Whether you realize it or not. You
Yeah, it's a
know,
robot.
yes, it
I say
is.
alien, but you know.
Yes, exactly. But it's like it's an android. It's an artificial human
Right.
basically. And now they're coming. They have these artificially intelligent computers that are like have human qualities like humans. Her name is Sophia. She's the main one. Now let me tell you about Sophia. Sophia is an AI that's so intelligent it's scary. And she's so intelligent that Saudi Arabia have granted her citizenship. Hmm. Yeah,
That is so
yeah,
interesting.
yes. And robot has citizenship. Think about that. A robot has rights,
Well, let me
right?
tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna keep it in the light, but listen to this right here. Dang, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Oh, the robot. Okay, I knew what I was gonna say. So just think about. I don't know. I'm always on social media. I'm always on Facebook. That's where my tribe is. So I I can think about something or think about a person, and bam, that person will show up right on my Facebook page, or an
mhm.
ad will show up about the thing I'm thinking about.
I've heard other people say that too.
And it's like the other thing, the other part of that is like it's not all scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's creation and it's awakening.
Okay.
It's awaken. You're awakening, and not only that, but our brains are similar to the computers.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Because, like I
Yeah,
said, for every yin, there's a yang. So even though a lot of these things are very negative that they're creating, it doesn't bother me
right.
because I understand that there's another side to it. And as long as I understand that and try to work on that side, then what they do, I let them do what they do. And us who are on the other side, we'll just do what we do. But we have to be aware of what they're doing you know, because I, like you, I agree that this magnificent, unbelievable thing that we call the human body
Right.
is so capable. It's as if it's as if we were a laptop that has all of these fantastic features. It can do this, it can make movies, it can do
Right.
this, but the only thing we do is use it to send email. You see what I'm saying? Now, that doesn't mean that the computer doesn't have the ability. It's just that you aren't using it. So, therefore, it's
Right.
simple. But if you were really to tap into it and learn how to work it and learn these features that it has, imagine what you could do. And that's the same where our bodies are. We're just so used to thinking that the power is outside of us. But when we see, because what I'm saying is, whatever you see outside of us, we can do that even more inside of us.
Totally. I'm about to jump another subject.
Okay.
So I've been looking for things to cleanse with, to improve my digestion, all of that, to have more energy. So I've been taking herbs, but along with that, yesterday I woke up. You know how you're between that sleep and awake state?
Yes.
Okay, I got this download to get my pure coiled copper coils. They're like these little bitty pieces, almost the size of a nail. But anyway, I
Mhm.
was just guided to drop those, like to put them in my water. I went and filled up my waters yesterday. Got some pure water, reverse osmosis water from Kroger,
Mhm.
and I put those crystals in there. I mean, crystal, copper, pieces of copper. And it charged my water. I got energy. I felt good. I mean, I'm telling you, I got the mineral. Because a lot of people don't realize they have a deficiency in copper. Copper is
Yeah.
a mineral that we need. I mean, in moderation. So I just dropped them in there for a few hours, and I could actually tell within a few minutes. I could
Yes.
tell within a few minutes, my water was charged and improved and
I
cleansed.
know.
There's so many benefits to copper. I mean, it removes pathogens, bacteria and all that kind of stuff. So if you just put it in your
Yeah.
water, it cleanses your water. So what I was thinking about is the thing that's going on with Flint, with the Flint water crisis.
Mhm.
I was thinking people need to know about this. They can cleanse their water with copper.
Mhm. Yeah, there are many different.
There's different ways to do it, but that's one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was like, I'm so
exactly.
excited about that.
Exactly. And it's just that, this is what I'm saying. We just could, because once we start opening ourselves to new ideas and not being stuck in our own way of thinking, the things that will come out, the mind is so creative, because it's about its own survival. So trust me, the mind is really going to be working when you open it up, you
Yes,
know.
yes,
And it doesn't have to be, like you said, it could be just putting copper in your water. You think it's got to be something so complicated. But it doesn't. It really doesn't.
it's
Universal
simple,
is never complicated. It's very simple.
very simple.
Yeah.
Copper is very affordable too, but you want to get the
Yeah.
pure copper.
Yeah.
And this is Katina Love. So if you want to reach out to me on Facebook, I can share with you how to get that pure copper. But it's done amazing things for me. So I'm just sharing.
Yes, absolutely. That's what we need to do. Share
Yes,
the information, brainstorm
absolutely.
together.
Absolutely. So what else? Anything else? Anything else you want to talk about?
Well,
One
I,
more
I
subject?
speaking of water, because you did bring up water, I was wondering if you were familiar with the water experiment done by Dr. Emoto.
Yes.
Yes.
Frequencies, yes.
Yeah. And how when you talk to water and it would determine how
Yes.
the water formed when it was frozen. I mean, these are real life experiments that shows that human emotion can make an effect on actual physical water molecules. And so if our emotions and feelings can affect water molecules for good or for bad, imagine what it does to us. you know
Yes.
and it's just amazing when he put love and thought love on this water and he froze it, it turned into a beautiful pattern. But when
Yes.
and said ugly things to it and I hate you, it froze into this misshapen, very ugly things.
Right.
Things like that should let us know the power of our thoughts, the power of our words, that it's real and we can affect things.
Totally. You know what? I'm actually, as you're saying that, I'm looking at my water bottles. I
Hmm.
have some. I see it's best to store your water in glass.
Yes, water loves
Store it in
glass.
glass. Glass
Yes.
within itself is a crystal.
Yes, yes. Water loves to be stored in glass.
It loves
Absolutely.
to be stored in water.
Yes,
I mean, in
yes.
glass. So I go between alkaline water and I go between reverse osmosis water. So I have my water here, and I'm very sensitive to energy because the more conscious you become, the more you go within, the more you tap into your spirit self, the more sensitive you become to energy. So, I live, I live with, loved ones. So we all have different frequencies. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm on I would say a higher frequency than my family members. So one day I was driving the family car. I went to get my water. Well, in general, I go get my water in the family car. So I could tell the energy, of a certain member of the family. Like, okay, that was such and such drove the car less. Long
Okay.
story short, I'm gonna tell you, I would always have to clear my water, bring it home, set it in front of my boom box, and play mantra music to raise the vibration. I would have to leave it there for a while,
Mm.
along with putting my love into it, telling my water, I love you, I love you. But as soon as
Yeah.
I dropped, I'm telling you, I didn't have to do all that when I put that piece of copper in the water. It
Uh-huh.
immediately changed the frequency of it. I didn't have to do all that clearing.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can also do that with crystals. You can drop crystals in the water. That changes the frequency also.
And then I have on my water bottles love, joy, peace. I am vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
know, I have all these power, positive words on
Yeah.
my bottle. All I
Yes.
did was go to Office Depot and had them print me up some labels with these words on them, and they're different colors. It makes my water really pretty and lets
Yeah.
you know that I love you.
It doesn't have to be complicated, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's the thing that we have to get away from, thinking that we have to do that. No, just relax and just start thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like, wow, can my thoughts change things? It can change my world. Well, then I'm going to start treating everything nice. I'm going to talk nice to everything.
Everything.
I mean, to this day, do you know, I cannot even cure like an ant. It used to be if I saw an ant in
I
my house,
can't either, girl.
I can't cure
I can't either.
a spider. I'm like,
Me
as
either.
long as you're not bothering me, you're going about your life. I'm not going about my
Right. You just stay
life.
outside. You say go outside. Tell all your posse, tell your crew,
Yes.
all of you guys stay outside. I love
It's,
you, but you need to be
yes, but
outside.
as long as you're just, coming through, hey, and going on about your business, you're not coming to invade my space or anything. You're just passing through,
Just passing.
and that's the way I see it because I
Me
see this
too.
whole, thing is different. The
Yeah,
whole is
I actually, if I see one like in my space, I would just pick them up. Be like, now you know you're not supposed to be in here. Come on now. I don't care what time it is. I'll get my little cup and I'll put it in there. I said, now if you want to live, now we're gonna be okay, but we can't coexist in the same space. I love you, but they actually understand. They listen to me. I mean,
different.
they hear it because this law of attraction, right? That's a
Yes.
co-creation. So I say, okay, if
Yeah.
you want to live, you need to cooperate and get in this little bowl right here, and they do it. I'm telling you, they do it.
Right, right.
Like, okay, I was just coming in for a minute, but no, you need to go outside. I
I
got
know
something
because
for you. I know
I
you
don't know.
love my oils. I know you love my essential oils. I love my oils too, but they ain't for you. They for me.
Well, one aunt when I was doing my pyramids outside actually got into the mold and was stuck in the resin
Dang.
and became a part of the pyramid, and I
And
called
I
it
said,
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. I like that. See, maybe
Because
he
he
wanted to be
just
in
said,
there.
that's what I said. He wanted to be a part of the art because I didn't even notice he was in there until after it was done.
Wow, look at that.
That. So
Cool.
yeah, that's yeah. Anyway, so there's just lots of things going on, and I'm very excited about this time we're living in because I see now the power that we have, and I'm just trying to embrace it, and trying to get other people to understand that we are not powerless. We are more powerful than we could ever imagine, and we just have to wake up to
Absolutely. Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
So we're going to leave you with that thought, audience. Thank you for tuning in to Awakening with Katina Love. Namaste.